Hey, it's Shane and welcome to my video. Now, on this fine day, I come to you with some mess, some good old mess. So I just finished detangling my hair, 2 in the morning, June 2nd, 2020. I don't know what I saw. I feel like I might have saw a message in like a group chat that I accidentally opened or something like that. But I saw somebody say that Lea Michele is getting ate up on Twitter, that the girls are coming for Lea Michele. And me being the true gleek that I am, I'm like, no, who's coming for my boo Lea Michele? Because even though I haven't kept up with Lea Michele lately, it's like, she still holds a special place in my heart because she was on Glee, just like majority of the other Glee cast members who I love. And, even though I don't keep up with them, it's like, you still here. You still there. You still there in my heart. So I'm like, oh my God, Lea Michele, like, what's going on? What did she get into? Like, what could people be eating her up about? Right? So I get on Twitter, and one of the first tweets I saw, when I looked up her name, it's this tweet saying, Black cast members exposed at Lea Michele for being anti-black. Y'all, the reckoning.
What?
And when I tell you my jaw dropped, so I kept scrolling. And then I found the original tweets that started this off, and that's when I was more shook. So, Lea Michele, she tweeted 3 days ago. She said, George Floyd did not deserve this. This is an isolated incident, and it must end. Black Lives Matter. So then, our good sis Samantha Marie Ware, she played Jane in season 6. Loved her character. I'm one of the few people who actually watched the show in its entirety, because I know that a lot of Gleeks stopped watching the show after like season 3 or 4. A lot apparently didn't make it to the last season because, it wasn't as good, but I still watched it to the very end, and I enjoyed the last season for the most part. And Jane is a character that I actually really like. So, yeah, so that's who Samantha played. So Samantha, she quote tweeted that tweet from Lea, right? So here's what Samantha tweeted. She said, laugh my ass off. Remember when you made my first television gig a living hell? Because I'll never forget. I believe he told everyone that if you had the opportunity to, you would shit in my wig, amongst other traumatic microaggressions that made me question a career in Hollywood.
Is that true?
It's very true.
And when I saw that, my little Gleek heart broke. It shattered in pieces. That is absolutely disgusting to know that Lea was really being like this towards her black castmates. It's disgusting. It's trifling. And what made it worse, what made me gag even more, was seeing other Glee cast members co-signing on this. Like Alex Newell, who played Unique, aka Wade, was going back and forth with Samantha, like co-signing, like that's like having a good kiki about it, like it being tea. Like, and Amber Riley also made some tweets, like co-signing it, and it's like it's really telling. It's really telling. Oh, and Yvette, Nicole Brown. I don't know what y'all know her from, but I know her from, she's been in a lot of TV shows, but I know her from Drake and Josh. I forget her character name, but I know her from that. I love her. She also was making like tweets like about it. And apparently I heard that Melissa, who played Marley in the show, also liked this on tweets. I think she liked this tweet from Samantha. Like, a lot of people coming out of the woodworks agreeing. My sis Rainy Rodriguez even co-signed on the tweets, the little shady tweets that Amber Riley made.
Wait! What is the tea? The girls are fighting! No!
It's like, I don't know, it's like some of these people really hold weight because it's like y'all worked with her. Another person who also co-signed was Abigail Breslin. She played one of the Chanels on Scream Queens, so she worked with Lea too. She liked it, a tweet saying, not everyone agreeing that something is off about Lea Michele. Where have y'all been? I've been saying this for years. I thought I was alone. And she liked it, that tweet. So it's like, it's very telling that all these people that she's worked with closely and personally are like coming through and co-signing. Even if Samantha said this and nobody was like, you know, co-signing it, I would still believe her, because what reason is there to lie? Plus, it's not that unrealistic. It's not that unfathomable. Like, I would like to think that she was a better, well, I thought she was a better person than that, right? Because, you know, I had a very love-hate relationship with Rachel. She could get on my damn nerves, but I loved her. She was one of my favorite characters, and I really related to her being the underdog. So, you know, I love Rachel. So, with me loving the character Rachel, of course, I love Lea Michele. And I was younger, so I really didn't know. I didn't keep up with the actors behind the scenes like Offset. So, just ever since then, I liked it and loved and you know, Lea Michele. So, of course, I would think that she would be a better person than this, but I'm not surprised that she isn't. Like, I'm not surprised this is the shit she's going around and was doing on set back then. So, it's like, it's very sad thing, but it's not surprising. It's not surprising. It ain't looking good for you, Lea. It is not looking good for you. So, and I also see, checking back into this recently, I also see that her sponsorship with HelloFresh has been canceled. HelloFresh have officially ended their partnership after all this came out. Cause like, oh, and Ariana Grande has unfollowed her on Instagram, who, you know, also worked with her on Scream Queens. I'm pretty sure she unfollowed her because of learning of this. So it's like Miss Lea Michele, she is really catching the fade right now, which she deserves. Because like I said, that's fucking disgusting. It's disgusting that she would even treat fellow cast members like this. And I don't feel bad for her. I don't. She deserves the dragging. And I feel like this is the perfect time to try to acknowledge the anti-blackness within the show itself. Like, I may have not realized it back then while watching the show, especially being younger and less socially aware as I am now. But like, thinking back and like remembering the show and like watching, like, and like recently seeing reaction to like certain episodes, it's like the show really had its own issues. So it's like, I'm not even surprised that shit like this was going on set, when the whole writing and the whole show in general had a lot of issues, including anti-blackness. Like, the lack of black characters is very telling, and I feel like that's an issue that is still very prevalent today, where popular young adult / teenage shows that like focus around teenagers in high school, whatever, very popular shows like 13 Reasons Why, Riverdale, Stranger Things, just a few very popular shows off the bat of my head, like where they really lack black characters, but more specifically black female characters. Like, especially these teenage shows, like high school teenage shows, these very popular ones. It's like they do not cast black women to be a part of their show unless it's a racially ambiguous black woman or a biracial woman. Like, that's at most the representation they will give to black women on these type of shows. So that issue is already still very prevalent today. So it's like, even back then, the lack of black characters were very questionable on the show. Like, even to the point where I noticed it, like, not noticing it as like being like anti-black and like the issue that it actually is, but like noticing it like, I wish there was more black representation. Wish Mercedes and Unique wasn't the only black main character. So, and like, literally, it'll be one main black character per era of the show. You had Mercedes, and when Mercedes left, that's when Wade, aka Unique, became a main. And then after that, for the last season, that's when they brought in Jane. It's like, damn, we can only really have like one token visibly black character that's a woman at that. So it's like, it's very telling, and it's very suspicious. It's looking fishy. It's looking anti-black. That's why I'm Plus, let's get on how the whole Rachel versus Mercedes and how the writers literally paid Mercedes dirt to give all the spotlight to Rachel, and how this is a very real thing. That really did my sis Mercedes, aka Amber Riley, dirty. She did not get as much recognition or praise as she deserved or attention. Like, she didn't get the spotlight. And the crazy thing is, they actually made this like a storyline in season 3. And I remember when this storyline happened with the whole, oh, Mercedes is one of the original members of Glee Club, and she doesn't get any recognition and doesn't get any type of treatment like Rachel, that they always focus on making Rachel the star when Mercedes is just as good. They did that whole storyline, and I remember thinking, oh, that's good. They're like socially aware of this, and I'm glad they're acknowledging this issue. Like, even back then I was like, oh, that's cool, they're socially aware of this. Now I guess I hope that means that they'll change it from now, where it's not just the Rachel show and where Mercedes just keep getting pushed back to the back. But then literally a couple episodes later, it stays the same. Rachel is in the forefront and Mercedes is just somewhere back there. Just convenient for when y'all want to pull her out to do some soulful solo. And it's like, that didn't sit right. That doesn't sit right with me. That doesn't sit right with me. And when I think about going back to the lack of black women within these type of shows, I also see like the treatment, and this is something I've been wanting to talk about. I'm probably gonna make a video whenever I can about this. But like I said, the lack of black women within these type of popular young adult teenage shows, but also the treatment that the very few black characters receive. For example, like Josie from Riverdale and Ani from the 3rd season of 13 Reasons Why. Like, their actresses receive so much hate. Like, it goes beyond the character. Hell, another great example of this is the Starfire from that Teen Titans based show, the Black Starfire. She received fucking hell on the internet, online, just for being casted as Starfire. So it's like, these black women they face so much fucking hate online and from these fandoms just for being casted in these shows where it's predominantly white, where they very much lack black characters, especially black female characters. So I think about that, and these are more recent. Like, we could rewind, like, these are more recent. So I can't imagine how bad it must have been for Samantha back when season 6 of Glee was airing. Like, that was like a few years ago. That was probably like, what, 2010 maybe? I'm not sure. So I can't imagine how much worse it was for like Samantha back then, especially with how hardcore the Glee fan base. I know I'm a Gleek for life, and you know, all love and respect to Gleeks, but shit, we used to be nasty back in the day. Like, I remember the treatment that the character Brody received. Oh my god, he received so much hate. Like, if it was just the character, it'd be fine. But, like, they were attacking the actor. Like, I remember they used to call him Donkey Face and all types of mess. Like, Gleeks were mean. Gleeks were mean. So, now that I think about it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm just imagining how much shit she had to already deal with from fans of the show back then, from being casted. Plus, she was a part of the season 6, she was part of the 3rd new group of Glee members who came brought in, and they was already receiving shit for coming in on the last season. Like, nobody wanted to really see them. Nobody cared about them. We wanted to focus on other characters that we already got to learn and love, you know? So they was already receiving shit. So I can't imagine the shit she was specifically receiving, you know, just for being a black woman, a very visibly black woman within the show, being casted and being one of the only ones. So it's disgusting to her that she also had to deal with this shit on set from Lea Michele, who is literally like the star of Glee. And it's disgusting. And it's disgusting. So Lea Michele, you're done. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for her. I don't think she's gonna say anything. I feel like, well, that was before I saw that she got her sponsorship, her partnership with HelloFresh canceled. So I feel like at most she'll come out with some generic apology. But besides that, But yeah, besides that, I feel like she's not really gonna say anything. Like she's not really. I don't think she's gonna take any real accountability. I don't know. I'm literally checking her Twitter right now as we speak to see, because this message it keeps coming out. Yep. So she still haven't said anything. So yeah, Lea, you're done for in my book. I'm my love. I'm snatching back my love and support from her because no, that doesn't sit right with me. That she was really treating black cast members like that. That she was treating Samantha like that. Like that's gross. That's gross. And the fact that so many people co-sign, and I also believe, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but that Melissa, yeah, who played Marley, she liked it. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that. So yeah. And then I also discovered this thread of problematic stuff that certain Glee cast members have done. And they have people like, Mark Selling, of course, Blake Jenner, trash, and other people. And like a lot of these I didn't even know about. And like they have a whole link on Darren Chris that I'm gonna have to go to and look at. I gotta see the tea. So it's like, wow, just to keep learning, especially since Glee was such a thing I was passionate about. Like it's something I hold so dear to my heart. So to hear this, it's so disheartening. So it's like at this point, I'm done. I'm done. Just so much trash that came from the Glee cast, and like the actors and actresses. So it's like at this point, I'm only standing Amber Riley, Alex Newell, Samantha Marie Ware, Jenna, who played Tina, because as far as I know, she's still a queen. Haven't heard anything bad about her. Let's hope it stays like that. And Kevin McHale, who played Artie. He's our gay king, as far as I know. But hopefully that doesn't change. Hopefully that does not change. Lord, let me have these handful of Glee members still who we can stand, who I can stand, who I can love. But yeah, so that's basically it. I just had to talk about this. I was literally so shook when I discovered this. So I'm like, I have to talk about this. I have to make a video about this. I just have to. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed me just talking about this. How do you feel about this coming out? Maybe if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. But yeah. Okay, so this is Shane. It is June 4th. And I was editing the video and whatnot, and I saw that Lea Michele actually made a response to everything that's been going on. She made an apology, and here it goes. Whether it was my privileged position and the perspective that caused me to be perceived as insensitive or inappropriate at times, or whether it was just my immaturity and me just being unnecessarily difficult, I apologize for my behavior and for any pain which I have caused. We all can grow and change, and I have definitely used these past several months to reflect on my own shortcomings. My bad. And I don't know about y'all, but something don't seem right about this apology. Something don't seem right. Like, I don't know. I think it's the weather. It's the words like weather and perceived. Like, there's something about it. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I guess it's something that she came out. Even though, nah, this is no. I'm not about to give her that. This is not enough. She should be directly apologizing. This is just a stunt. I don't think it's because she actually genuinely cares about what she did. I think she's just apologizing just because she's being called out and she don't want to get dragged. She's making an apology for her fans and everyone that's been witnessing this going on. She needs to be directly apologizing to Samantha and every other cast member on set that she was awful to. Hell, even scrolling through the tweets after seeing her apology, seeing how more people have came forward about disgusting and just mean stuff, her being mean and rude on set, and like people who work behind scenes or guest star. So it's like, I don't know. I'm not feeling this apology, but I just had to update this since I mentioned how how at the time of me recording it, she didn't make any statement, and this is her official statement, and I don't know. This seems very textbook apology. Like her team must have came up with this. I don't know. Like I said, she needs to directly apologize to Samantha. But yeah, I'd love to hear your opinions on this apology and just this whole situation. And that's that. Bye.